What's up, everybody? This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and this week's sponsorship is from Newsly. Newsly is a all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and read them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time in ever on the internet, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topic you choose, start playing, start scrolling, and start listening. You can follow any topic as you specifically as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, even for the Kardashians. It will find you on the latest article and you read them to you out loud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, MrGentleman Like That podcast, is on there as well. Yes, it is. Shout out to Newsly for that. I started using it as my default podcast app. Download and use Newsly for free from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description. Use the promo code MrGentleman that I will also put in the description and receive 1 month free premium subscription. So you already know, y'all, download Newsly now. Check it out. Support them, y'all. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and enjoy the show. You are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 6. True! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Premier Boy Podcast, and your host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And welcome to another new episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. And before we talk about today's episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast, I just want to take the time to thank everybody who listens, show love, sent me shout outs, and just shout me out on social media for MrGentleman Like That podcast 4-year anniversary. It really means us a lot, and I heard each and every one of y'all, and all I gotta say is thank y'all. And I ain't gonna hold you, I got emotional, because I didn't expect all that love. So for real, from the bottom of my heart, I thank y'all for the shout outs. It's really meant a lot, like for real. And I'm gonna shout out everybody who gave a shout out, because I forgot to do it on the show because the show ran a little bit too long. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who sent a shout out. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Jim, You're Righty Star. Shout out to Mariah. Shout out to Rosie, the Haitian mama from the Mama's Life podcast. Shout out to Raphael from the Geeky Dad podcast. Shout out to Jason and Kathy from the All Hallows Eve podcast. Shout out to Leo, Kevin, and Mike from the Fume Information podcast. Shout out to Chris and Deb from the Today We Laugh and Learn podcast. Shout out to Nicole and Tessa from the Doom Generation podcast. Shout out to Angelica from A Little Bit of Everything With Me podcast. Shout out to Michelle Miller from Mentors on the Mic. Shout out to Miss Hazel I. Rose. Shout out to N.K. Hackerson from For Change Be Bold. Shout out to Jonathan Harris. Shout out to Walanda Powell. And shout out to Miss Vanna B., co-host of Date Night Talk podcast. Shout out to the Star Riding Rod, co-host of The Old School Show. And shout out to Aaron King Talk Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands. Thank y'all, everybody who gave me a shout out, who sent me a shout out for the 4-year anniversary episode of MrGentleman Like That podcast. It really means a lot. And once again, thank y'all, everybody, for the shout outs. And on this episode, we are back with season 6, y'all. of Mr. Gentleman, Like the Pocket, the main series. And today is the Royal Rumble prediction. And on this episode, I got my bros from the Premier Boy podcast, Aaron, King Talk Sands, and Long Live the Chief, Malimal. And we're going to predict the Royal Rumble and many more. So y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
My name is John Hoppy from the Wrestling Fans Inside Podcast, and you are now listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman of MrGentleman Like the Podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by MrGentleman Like the Podcast, where we bring many guests telling about their stories about their brand they got going on. Also about me telling y'all my personal stories about things that are going on in my life. Also, we have many spin-off shows on MrGentleman Like the Podcast called The Old School Show with myself and the Star Writing Rod, where we talk anything old school, which happen every 4th or 5th Sunday at 12 a.m. on the MrGentleman Like the Podcast Network. And another spin-off show called A Conversation About Music Podcast, where we talk to many artists about their music journey. And also we have a roundtable music discussion about anything music, and which should come on every first Sunday at 12 a.m. on MrGentleman Like the Podcast Network. And yeah, you already know, if y'all need a podcast to listen to, check out MrGentleman Like the Podcast. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Good Pod, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Good Pod, Podchaser, and Apple Podcasts. You know, the more y'all rate, the more love the show get. Y'all can also check it out on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube now. Ken, aka MrGentleman Like the TV, and also support the website of MrGentleman Like the Podcast, MrGentleman Like the Podcast.com. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, and have a good day, night, wherever you're listening to this episode. Back to the show. Cheers!
This is Aaron Sands, and you are now listening to the MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, I got my special guest. Y'all already know this is the Royal Rumble prediction show. And y'all know I got my brothers from the Premier Boy podcast. We got King Talks podcast own Aaron, King Talk Sands, and the Bridge, which is coming real soon. Long Live the Chief, Malimal on the show. Welcome to the show, bro. Y'all already know what it is.
What's going on? They call me Ron, but your girl call me King Talk Sands. What's good?
They call me Malimal, but you already know what we say. Ken, please, one more time for the people.
Long Live the Chief. Hey, y'all already know. Good to have both our brothers from the Premier Boy podcast on this Royal Rumble prediction episode, y'all. And I'm not gonna hold you. This Royal Rumble is really unpredictable, son. How you feel about the Royal Rumble so far? Like, how you feel like what's gonna happen?
It's only unpredictable because half of the field isn't really. I want to say half of the field. A third of the field isn't booked in the men's section, and more than half of the field isn't booked for the women's Rumble. So you really don't know, for the most part, who's going to come across that curtain.
That's a fact. And don't forget, this is the first one Triple H is running. So, yeah.
He'll be the last too if fucking around.
It could be good, but I feel like we're going to get a lot of like NXT call-ups. Not call-ups, but like they're going to do what they do. They're going to bring a few of them in there just to pepper them in so people can see them.
Mm.
You know? Yeah. Especially with the women's Rumble, because you know they run short on women anyway.
Ooh, yeah. And remind you, we don't know anything about the women's Rumble at all. So,
right, half the women's Rumbles be feeling like if you playing if you play in WWE like 2K2 or 2K, and you just put the Rumble on and you put mix, and they just mix the whole roster, and they get the legends, they get some normal roster people, then you get some NXT people, get some people that don't exist no more. You get all of that.
But you know what kills me? What kills me about this whole situation is that with as stacked as a roster WWE has always had, because let's be real, ever since they brought WCW, their roster has like quadrupled in size.
That's real. The fact.
Even with the layoffs in 2020, WWE had a way bigger roster than its counterparts, Impact, AEW, when they first started. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you know, so the fact that you have a hard time booking a women's Rumble, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing: I don't think it's a hard time. I think it's more of they try to keep it as a secret. Because mind you, like Mally mentioned, we don't know who come in. It could be NXT people. It could be surprises. Even though the Bellas running off on social media, they could be low key on the Rumble too.
Oh my god! We do not Bellas in the Royal Rumble again.
Hope not. But I'm just saying though, like, but
this each other.
Yeah, and also we do got people that you know who've been missing the action, like Doudrop, Asuka haven't been around lately, so we don't know what could happen. So, yeah.
To be fair, I've been wanting to see like a heel Asuka for like since like she came back out since she came out of NXT.
Me too.
She was a heel in NXT for a period of time. She was heel on the main.
But the thing with the Asuka heel main roster, it didn't feel like she was a heel to me though. I'm gonna be honest, she didn't feel like a heel. At least not a real heel. At least not to me, and not a real heel.
He was like the type of heel. Like, you ever seen an anime with a bad guy is real feminine and goofy?
Yeah,
real bad guy. That's who Asuka was. Now she has some deep stuff from like her pro wrestle days and all that stuff. If you go and watch some tapes of Kana, that's who people want to see.
Yeah.
WWE is not how can I put this? They don't like people getting struck in the head so rampantly.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really coming. Plus, she 40.
Oh, you just never know. She was teasing that a little bit, but you just never know.
But also, who's on her level on the roster that can really move up to do that with her?
Charlotte.
Actually,
Charlotte.
Becky, as much as people hate on Charlotte, like, she would probably be the best one to sit there and hang, like, go move for her for like 30 to 45 minutes.
No, you're absolutely correct. And yes, Charlotte looks like her daddy, but Charlotte's also like one of the most complete female wrestlers I think we have ever seen. And that includes all of your favorites. And it's upsetting to me too, because I wish I could be saying this about Naomi. I wish I could be saying this about Sasha Banks. I wish I could be saying this about insert black female wrestler here. But Charlotte is really the real freaking deal.
No, Charlotte dope. She killed it. But let's get to this card, y'all. Let's get to this card real quick, y'all. You know, so let's start off with the first match. I believe it probably will be the first match. We got the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. We got Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. Yeah.
You believe they're gonna start off with that match?
No, I think they'll start with the woman, but I just put in there first here.
Oh, okay.
I did put it first here.
Right, though, it's a good chance. It's between that and the Women's Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fine.
So you lie when you always say about LA Knight, son.
Nah, here's the thing. I can't call him LA Gear anymore. You know, I definitely was fucking with it during that whole Maximum Male model shit, but after, like, once he got his character back and he got his own, he stopped being LA Gear and then started being like, I ain't gonna hold you. He's kind of showing moves like Eli Drake.
Facts, though.
He ain't even bringing back LA Knight, bro. It's The name is LA Knight, but nigga, that's Eli Drake over there, bro.
That is, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I've always been a fan of LA Knight since he was Eli Drake in Impact and even in NWA. So like, I've always been a fan of this dude, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Now, with that being said, bro, it's a pitch black match. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know the rules to this shit?
I don't think it's any rule.
I'm pretty sure it's just another random incarnation of no DQ, no holds barred street fight. Any of those, they literally do nothing but turn the rules off and say go do the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
But
so
dark.
It's dark.
Which I can't see how that's going. And this is why I'm not excited for this match. I think this match either will steal the show because I'm so unexcited for it, or it will do exactly what I think it will do and drag the show down. Because if they go literal and make it a pitch black match, then you know it's going to be spooky and cinematic, and it's probably going to be low key corny.
Yeah.
But honestly, if they just give me Bray Wyatt whipping LA Knight's ass for a little bit, that'll be all I really want. You can do your Wookiee Aftermath later.
So you're going for Bray Wyatt in this one?
Oh, 100%. You are on drugs. You are not thinking Bray Wyatt is going to come away with this W. It's a good LA Knight to be on TV, but he losing.
I don't know. I'm a little torn by this. I like both guys, but I feel like the only way LA Knight could win is somebody get involved.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a possibility too. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't pick this one. I want Bray to win. I like both of them. So it's hard, man. I ain't gonna hold. This is a hard one.
Oh, you really can't pick this one?
Right.
You know what? Fine. I'm probably gonna say Bray. So Bray gonna win.
The question you guys should be asking is whether you think this match gonna be fire or not.
I hope it is, because
like I already said, I don't have high hopes for it to be fire. I think we're gonna step into Bray Wyatt's typical portal of doing too much and not enough wrestling.
I agree, yeah.
Because that's what Bray Wyatt has been doing for years now. Too much spooky, not enough wrestling. He had a great balance. With like that second incarnation he had. He had a great balance of it. And then he just moved to like trying to make scary movies like in wrestling.
And you know, as a Monday, Undertaker passed the torch to Bray Wyatt, so yeah.
Was that passing the torch or just throwing LA Knight to get to stab again?
I think after he tossed him to Undertaker tossed him to LA. Told him to Bray. I think that was like more of a passing the torch now. You know.
But that's the thing. After that whole situation, Undertaker whispered in Bray Wyatt's ear. Now, you don't know what he said, but typically, historically, when Undertaker does some shit like that, or like when he shakes John Cena's hand after his first match, or he raises Jeff Hardy's hand up after that, after their battle.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of.
You want to know what Undertaker really said to him? I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what Undertaker said to him. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
He leaned close in that man's ear, and he said, "You still a bitch." Like,
stupid.
And then drove off. Because they did square up in at WrestleMania. He has a W that he took after he took that L from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was the redemption W.
Yeah.
I'm like, or not? Like,
yeah.
Shane McMahon was before. No, I'm like, yeah.
That was after.
That was after.
Because in a year after that, he took his second loss to Roman.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's when after that, then it was like, all right, bro, you might want to sit the next couple WrestleManias out, my nigga. Like, what are you doing?
Pack it up.
I wouldn't tell him to pack, bro.
I'm joking.
Seen that after I saw that match, how the match went, I was like, all right, it's time for Undertaker to back the fuck up.
Were you talking about the Brock Lesnar match or the Roman match?
The Roman match. The Brock Lesnar match was what it was.
Yeah,
he's got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? That happens.
He clearly couldn't do it. Like, it was two different things we were saying. The Brock Lesnar match happened because, in wrestling, you get knocked out sometimes.
Basically.
Yeah.
The Roman match happened because he could not do the wrestling anymore, bro. Like, he was
done. He was tired.
At least like at a high level. You know what I'm saying? You can't do high level wrestling. Roman at that time was OD close to becoming the guy you see today.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was wrestling at like a high level.
That's 100% true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you get old, you can't keep up with that shit. But I don't know. I think this might be a bathroom break match, bro.
Dang.
No.
I was
tell you which one the bathroom break match gonna be.
We'll get to it. But so who you say winning?
Oh, it's Bray Wyatt, of course. I'm just trying to debate whether or not this match is gonna be worth my time or not.
As much of an LA Knight to win, I will say Bray as well, unless Uncle Howdy would have something to do with that. On Bray's side.
So, just for the record, we're technically going 3 for Bray taking this W.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But I'll give you the caveat that Uncle Howdy will.
Yeah, I think Uncle Howdy will get involved. If the other way I see LA Knight winning is Uncle Howdy getting involved.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So next we got Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the War Women's Championship.
First of all,
I guess you think this is gonna be the bathroom break, Mally?
I do think this is gonna be the bathroom break. Here's why I think this is gonna be the bathroom break, and it hurts my heart. I like Bianca Belair to the star and the moon, right? She is the best champion that she can possibly be. So, and Alexa Bliss, she's a proven pro in there, but they don't have good chemistry. They have horrendous chemistry. And here's how bad their chemistry is. They both looked at each other and they looked at their producer and said, you know what would be a good idea? If we did the entire opening scene of Scary Movie fucking like that. Like, why would we do that? And it translated just like it sounds.
It really did. It really did. I saw side by side. Yeah.
it translated just as poorly. Especially the part where you got this grown woman holding this woman by her head while she flails around. It was not either one of their best or most inspired work. But you get to mess up sometimes when you want to run like Bianca is. But no. And now they're pushing Alexa Bliss back into the spooky wookie stuff. And that almost, like, trying to pull her out of that almost killed her character completely in the first. So this match will be the match that we don't care to see. His point blank period. Bianca Belair is not going to lose. Some spooky wookie stuff is going to happen to Alexa, and Bianca Belair is going to pull up, KOD, win.
Basically, I'm agree. Bianca definitely going to win. You already know she's going to hold the title to Mania. So, but yeah. What about you, Sans?
Yeah, I'm about to agree. It's going to be a 3-0 right here. People gotta understand, like, granted, and this is so unfortunate because, even though Bianca Belair is like longest reigning black female champion in WWE history,
yep,
this is gonna be tough. But fuck it, here we go. With the exception of a few highlights, her title run, as long as it was, has been mid as fuck.
The second title run, yeah,
the second one after the win at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
From there to now, mid. Except with a few highlights. You know what I'm saying? There's a few high notes. But
no, I think she won last year Mania again. Yeah, she won Mania.
Won in that Mania because that's when she finally beat Becky.
Yeah, she beat Becky.
She did win that Mania, right?
The rematch was at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Which was also really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Bianca has great like spots. You know what I'm saying? Where she can really like shine on. But for the most part, like if I'm watching like regular TV, I'm seeing her get laid out.
Yeah.
If I'm watching four Raws in a month, she getting laid out at least 3 of them motherfuckers.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. And mind you, she would have get Bailey like 3 or 4 times. Just like the first title reign, she went against Bailey like 2 or 3 times. So
like, I ain't gonna hold you. Her reign and Big E's title reign are kind of similar.
Yeah, it's like they're the champions, and the thing is, you really want them to be the champions, but their star power doesn't fill the spot sometimes. And the thing about Bianca, she is the biggest current star on the roster. That's right. Yeah, you don't get bigger than her, and she does. She's going to. I want her to know this, because if she ever hears this, it won't be said that I've been hating on her, because I love her. I love her.
Oh no, I'm not saying this is on some hate shit, but I'm just look. This is what I'm seeing. Like, no, I'm seeing some mid shit right now.
The thing is, I feel you, because if she is not in a feud with a horsewoman, it's mid. They're trying to do with her like they did with John Cena, where they just started throwing him in feuds with unproven people to see if now you're the guy to help them. Mm-hmm. And John Cena, that's why they relied on John Cena so heavily. Remember when John Cena walked the freaking Great Khali to the 2 best matches of that nigga's career?
Oh, he sure enough did. Yeah. Because ain't no fucking way you gonna tell me Great Khali did his part in that bitch.
Right. Absolutely not. I seen that man miss that kick, just the shit out that kick, and just put his leg down.
And then John Cena still was like on some. He still sold that shit.
He did. And John Cena made a hell of a match out of that match. But they want that out of Bianca. And the thing is, Alexa was never one to really like build matches by herself. She has charisma. She's such a better bad guy than she is a good guy. Like when she's a good guy, milk toast as hell. But she's a good little chicken shit heel for the division, especially because she's small and she's just out of place. And they put them together, and they're gonna have this big heatless match, because I haven't cared. I didn't even care about the first title match they had.
That's crazy, because I kind of fast forward past that one on Raw,
and it was nothing really worth to go back to, and it hurts. You know what I really don't like? I hate Becky's matches with Bayley. I mean, not Bianca. Yeah. I hate Bianca's matches with Bayley.
I did too.
I hate them because I want them to be better, because I like both of them. I like both of them. I remember they Hell in the Cell was premature and unnecessary. They had been feuding for 2 weeks, and they went to Hell in a freaking Cell.
Nah, they were like, they had it. We just gonna get right to it. We gonna get right to the penultimate conclusion. We're not giving you a last man standing. This shit ain't going to Survivor Series. We get into Hell in a Cell, and Bianca, you doing the next thing.
And mind you, remember after that match, that's when Bayley got injured.
That's where Bayley got injured. That unnecessary Hell in the Cell match. They could have just had a women's championship match. They did that obligatorily. And while I like Bianca for being able to be in that spot, being so young in her career, it was unnecessary. And we're doing the same thing. I need them to pick her opponents a lot better. Pick her some tough, dangerous opponents that can show her off for a little while, and then go back and try to pick her some. Even pick her better greenies. They're better greenies. Don't put her in there with Indy Hartwell if you got Ivy now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
you could put Roxy in there and you could have a banger.
Yeah. I would say put
Roxy have the same problem as Alexa. What you saying?
I would say put Bianca with Shayna Baszler. That would be a dope match. That would be a rough
Shayna Baszler kind of mid too. See, this is the problem with the women's division in WWE, and I could even push this to wrestling as a whole. Like, if WWE, right, has the best women's division,
which they do,
wrestling, right?
Yeah,
but about 65% of your women wrestlers give off mid. You know what I'm saying? What does that say about other organizations? What does that say about an Impact? What does that say about an AEW? What is it besides like only division that I feel like is better than WWE's right now is Stardom.
Of course.
Oh, Stardom's better now automatically because they got Sasha Banks. But if you
hold on. You mean Mercedes Moné? y'all get the name right. Mercedes Moné. Yeah,
and you know she's gonna immediately title from
it. Yeah, of course.
But did you see how it started?
Yeah.
Went out there and completely, it's looking iffy. I would never sell nobody on Stardom after that, even though there are some good people over there.
Nah, if you saw Sasha Banks debut at Wrestle Kingdom, and if you ain't like it, I would say in order to like cleanse your palate a little bit with Stardom, watch like damn near any of Siri's matches.
Siri? Got you.
Like watch any of her matches, bro. She was like, all right. I think Sports Illustrated had her like as like the best women's wrestler in the world for like 2022. And then it was like I think it was Bianca Belair after that.
Oh right. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, Sherry was number 1, Bianca Belair was number 2, Jade was like 4th, maybe 5th, and then everybody else was everybody else. But the point being, outside of you about to get traded in. The point is, like, if 65% of your women's division is mid, and if Bianca already had the title for a long period of time and fought a lot of the division, at what point do you say, like, I bet, let me build this shit up. Let me build up some new talent. That way, this shit could be semi-believable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually put something together.
Yeah, the problem with that is they don't do that job as well as they can while they're building up Bianca's reign. You should have already been really building somebody. The closest thing they got to somebody who I would believe, and we've seen these people have a good match before, so I know it's going to be good. And this is Rhea Ripley.
Ripley. Yo, I'm gonna get to that too. I'm gonna get to that too. That's a fact too. I agree with you with that. But
Rhea Ripley can do the things that I think, just a few things that Bianca can't. And I hate I don't want to big up somebody over Bianca because I love Bianca. She's my actual favorite female wrestler on the roster right now. My actual favorite. But when I'm talking when real and what's real and how things feel when you're watching the show, once they bring Rhea Ripley to the forefront of Bianca Belair, Bianca is going to fall this time.
That's true. I can see that happening. And honestly, the story kind of writes itself from that one Royal Rumble they had.
Oh yeah.
Bianca was supposed to lose that Royal Rumble.
Yeah, originally she was supposed to lose that Royal Rumble originally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a story behind that, honestly. And then now with Judgment Day being Judgment Day, I ain't gonna hold you right now. Rhea Ripley's probably like the best women's wrestler in WWE right now that's not holding a title.
That's 100%, 1,000% true.
Yo, I agree with you on that. But yo, we've been on this match for too long, so everybody say Bianca, right?
Yeah, Bianca winning this one. But okay. I'm getting tacos like in the middle of it.
But good thing you mentioned Rhea, because we got a lot more to say about Rhea when the Rumble comes. But next, look at I guess the last match on the card, not the last match when we get to the Rumble.
Right.
Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal title.
The Tribal Chief. Don't block me.
Well, I would say that it's kind of obvious Roman's going to win. But I will also say that it will also, it will diminish Sami Zayn's fate as well.
Yeah, that's a better question. Honestly, like the question isn't who's going to win or not, because one thing is for sure, two things are certain. I say this on every single time we do a prediction. Not bet against the bloodline. I watched other prediction shows where they were like, "Oh, Kevin Owens gonna win. Oh, other guy, whatever. Oh, they gonna win at War Games." You like, bro? No, like what?
I hope that was my fault. I just said the other team gonna win at War Games. I want to get the bloodline. That's my fault.
I was like, bro, you don't do that. You don't bet against a bloodline. That's easy money.
Right.
No, because the reason why I bet against them because I thought that was the last time Sammy was going to be on the bloodline, but I was wrong.
That nigga solidified his position there. He was like, listen.
Yeah, I was wrong.
They Uso defending him now.
Yeah.
Yep. And he a tag team champion now too. So the question now becomes, right, and especially after we saw this past SmackDown, like he's still willing to ride out for the family, but it's like, I bet, are you going to sit there and let your best friend get bodied? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Cause we didn't know Roman said he got Sammy got a final test Saturday, and I'm pretty sure the final test is pretty much to destroy Kevin Owens, and Sammy gonna say no.
But you know what got me though? Because they dropped a picture of they dropped the photo art for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Sammy, yeah. I
think
seen that.
Pod.
Sammy in the pod.
And I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's good with that? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on with Elimination Chamber?
Here's the thing. I heard rumors that it's gonna be Roman versus Sammy at Elimination Chamber. That's the rumor. That's the rumor I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's the rumor that I heard.
Nah, I got my sources over at Wrestlemania. Shout out to them boys over there.
Oh my gosh! Do not say that bad name on my show, son.
What are you talking about?
Continue, son.
They talk about Sammy being in the Elimination Chamber. You know what I'm saying? And he might win the Elimination Chamber to go to Mania.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Wait, that's a cool way to get. That'll be a really cool way to get there, especially since like the situation with The Rock is still up in the air.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit ain't up in the air. That shit dark, like pitch black.
It is kind of dark. But we get to that. We get to Mania. We get to that. We get to the Rumble part. But I'm going with Roman on this one.
Is that
what you got with it?
We the ones. The tribal chief, the island of relevancy. That title does not move from his waist until WrestleMania at the earliest.
I agree.
If you don't rock, there's less of a chance he's gonna lose. I don't even think he would lose if Cody won the Rumble.
Nah, bro. If Cody wins the Rumble, he has to win the titles at Mania. In the sense.
We'll get to that. We will get to that part, y'all. We'll get to that part. we jumping ahead. but yeah. So over saying the ones.
The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the big dog. We're gonna go back to his old nickname at this point.
Yeah. Like I said, I do think Sammy Fate will start this Saturday. We'll start at the Rumble. I would say that.
Yeah, this is where it gets questionable.
Yeah. My bad. Continue. You about to say something?
I think in that match, Sammy is gonna once again prove exactly who he is to Roman Reigns. And then they'll set up for what we do next.
Getting trapped in the pod.
back. So now it's time for the Royal Rumble. And first we're gonna talk about the women. First we're gonna talk about the women's Royal Rumble. So Mali, you got the names put up. Name all the women that's in the Rumble so far.
All right. I'm here for this. This is my favorite part. So, in order of their announcements of being in the Rumble, we have Liv Morgan, who announced first, followed by Candice LeRae, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, the Submission Magician Shayna Baszler, the Queen Zelina Vega, Emma. We got the Role Model and all of them, Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. We also have the soon to be returning Lacey and the randomly used Xia Li.
Alright, so here's my question to y'all. So my question to y'all is who y'all think will be the final four? In y'all opinion, who you think is winning? Who you think WWE gonna pick? And who are the surprises?
I can see Michelle McCool being a surprise for the most part.
It's like the worst surprise ever too, because we always get Michelle McCool at the Women's Royal Rumbles. It's not a surprise no more. And then she really be coming in and dominating.
Well, to be fair, bro, she was like one of the longest reigning Divas champions.
To be fair,
I know that don't mean much, but
right, she was a Divas champion. I mean, no. In all honesty, she was good. She was really good 10 years ago.
Dang.
10, I already said 15. She was on SmackDown when they had the Jagged Edge wedding.
Stupid.
That's correct.
Stupid, yo.
Pretty long doing this.
Yeah, niggas is really saying like walk out of heaven. I told y'all they were lit, bro. Like what?
Get back to the point. Like, get back to the point.
Michelle McCool probably a surprise entry. She damn near always is. Kelly might be a surprise entry. They gonna just bring out a lot of people that's gonna really just do shit just to do shit. Naomi might come back. That might be a thing. That might put some butts in seats. But if you're talking about like a final four, I would say it'll go down something like this. It'll probably go down probably Bayley, Becky, Naomi, and Rhea.
And who you think winning? You said Rhea?
Rhea gets the win.
And who
She's the best wrestler in WWE right now, and she only ain't got a fucking belt. It's only a matter of time.
And you think that's your pick and WWE picks? That was your pick, right? And WWE pick? Or that's just your pick?
That's both.
Okay, so that's both of you. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Mally?
All right. So, as far as surprises, definitely agree. Heavy on the obligatory Michelle McCool. Obligatory Kelly. I low key, and this is low key, so like don't take this as me saying it definitively. I low key think they're gonna pull the fastest fastball in wrestling, and Sasha Banks is going to come out to this Rumble. And there's a good chance she could win. But that's like super outside. Like that's super outside the pitch. Now, inside the pitch, if we had to go based on everybody we have now in the setup spots, it'll be hard not to agree with Sands that Rhea Ripley will take this W and go to WrestleMania and start, and this really, really like change the direction of Judgment Day, refreshing it because it's working. Judgment Day is working, so I think she is the odds-on favorite. But if I make a choice,
not to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
It's working, and it's like her and Dominic is really like carrying that shit.
It is.
Yeah, they are.
So I almost feel bad for Damian Priest. Not as much for Finn Balor, because Finn Balor, like, he looked like he's having the time of his life being up there.
He is enjoying it. And you know Triple H gonna push him, so he enjoying it.
But Damian Priest, I feel like you don't want to get overshadowed by the Dom sub relationship.
Yeah, and that's I'm gonna say this randomly. Priest is gonna be the first one to leave Judgment Day.
And do what?
Turn back face.
I think I strongly feel like he going to turn back to help Edge finally disband the Judgment Day eventually.
Yeah, most likely by Mania. Most likely. That is the prediction. That's just a prediction, though.
I don't think it'll be by Mania.
You don't think so?
If Rhea Ripley wins the Rumble, it won't be by Mania. It'll take a much longer than that. Now, if she doesn't win the Rumble, I think you're right. If Rhea Ripley loses, I think you're right. But I also personally think they're not going to do Rhea Ripley because there's other ways to get to the title shot. Yeah. Right now, SmackDown needs somebody to get to their title shot.
I agree.
Because literally, honestly, you could just say Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair and
pull it there. Yeah,
that's the way right to so.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And remind you, that was supposed to have been happening anyway. But then Rhea got injured.
Right.
But that might happen at SummerSlam, actually.
So the question... So that puts me in the mindset that the person who wins it is going to be a SmackDown superstar Will it be Liv Morgan? Absolutely not. But who will it be? That's the question, because I can't tell who until I sit back, peel back the onion, and I'm gonna jump off the cliff, fellas. Are y'all ready?
Oh, hell.
Oh shit, where we going with it?
Oh, here comes.
So, surprise entrance. We definitely got all of the old people and all that stuff. Definitely Michelle McCool's. Yeah.
Michelle McCool.
Kelly. You know,
Kelly at least eliminating like 3 people.
Good time. You know, we're gonna see Nikki Cross in there, definitely just running amok.
You might see a Bella Twinner too.
Oh my god.
They complaining, but they had a problem. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they both healed from the pregnancies too, so they can come and annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, they're not PR. Yeah, they're not.
And they got like a new show coming out too, so you know they got to push that.
Yeah, Nikki get married. Yeah.
Right. So Lord, so they're gonna be there for their big. And they still going to catch eliminations, which is going to piss me off. Xia Li, that's who's going to eliminate Xia Li. I guarantee it. Yes. It's going to be Brie Bella eliminate Xia Li to immediately get eliminated by Nikki Bella, who's going to I eliminated you face, and then immediately
imagine like a payback for last year. Because Brie eliminated Nikki last year.
Right, and the year before they reversed it.
Yeah.
All they do is come to the Royal Rumble and then turn on each other.
Basically.
All right, so another surprise guest we're gonna see though. We're gonna see Roxanne Perez.
Yep.
We're gonna potentially see Indy Hartwell because they love just willing Indy Hartwell out.
And I'm gonna say for my turn though.
I believe on the NXT side we're also gonna get Toxic Attraction. They could even bring back Mandy Rose for the one-off because she still wants to be a wrestler.
She do.
But she making way too much money doing the OnlyFans shit, bro. So it's like, you know, the question becomes, could you continue doing the OnlyFans shit knowing you're gonna get money off that shit, more money than you would have got doing wrestling? Or do you come back wrestling for the pure love of the game?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I think she fell in love with it low key because even the way she was before the NXT run and after it, you could see the look, the move, the intensity. Her student of the game was starting.
Yeah.
Like she was starting to feel like Triple H. Like when you started seeing him really start coming into his own in the late 90s, after having that goofy gimmick for so long.
Yeah.
That's what she's starting to feel like. And she went on the Tamron Hall show. She went on your show.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. She was on Tamron Hall's flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like a whole baddie. God damn.
Yeah, now my gosh, Mandy Rose is a baddie for real.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I know. But yeah. So she went on the Tamron Hall show and said that she was open to coming back, and she also said that she's open to taking down the stuff. Now, could she have done it before? She had to be. Yes, but whatever. She said so. She could definitely come back, but Final Four is going to be Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, probably Raquel Rodriguez.
Annoying back muscles.
Yes.
I can't say that.
Look at my back.
A lot of this Rumble is going to be taken up by Bayley, Dakota, and Io. But the winner of this Rumble, I'm calling it now, Naomi is going to win, and she's going to go to face Charlotte. Now, will she beat Charlotte? Probably not, because Charlotte beats everybody.
That's actually a good choice, Mally. That's actually a good choice. So I'm gonna start with the surprises. I agree, shout out with the surprises. Michelle McCool. Shout out to Michelle McCool. We got shout out. We say her name a lot. Kelly. I agree with the Indy Hot Reel because that was actually one of my picks for surprise. The Indy Hot Reel, Roxanne Perez. Toxic Attraction definitely seemed possible as well. I'm gonna go on the list. So she came last year. I've got a feeling they're gonna bring her back with her title again. Mickie James again. With the Hardcore Country once again. For a crossover. I think they're gonna bring Mickie back. A returning Chelsea Green.
Oh, I forgot Chelsea Green. Yeah.
Returning Chelsea Green. She would be at. I'm pretty sure she would be at the Rumble.
Yeah, she just re-signed and she finally got
exactly.
Yes. Working.
Yes. See who else? Also, a returning Beth Phoenix setting up Rhea versus Beth Phoenix as Elimination Chamber.
Ooh,
that being a thing.
And that's another good reason why Rhea Ripley won't win.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with like these Royal Rumbles. You know, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the stories kind of just write themselves.
Sometimes, yeah, it does.
It does. You can really do some serious lazy booking all the way to Mania, if done correctly.
Yeah.
Or you just get your stars in order, and they do lazy booking all the way to Mania all the time. Did you remember Randy Orton getting to Bray Wyatt twice?
Yeah.
That shit.
They set him on fire to get there.
Yeah.
To hit RKO.
And also, my last surprise would be a return to Asuka. That would be my last surprise. And I also heard rumors that Kairi Sane might be in the Rumble too. So I'm gonna add that in too.
I believe it because remember, I still believe Sasha Banks will make her way there.
I thought about that. I mean, I'm half and half on that. I believe that is a possibility. I believe that I'm not 100% sure, but I do agree. Naomi also returned as well. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I want to hear a quote that I just came across while looking at a baddie.
Oh, what happened? Oh boy, what happened, Sans?
I'm just gonna read the quote. I'm gonna tell you who it's from after. At the end of the day, I'm the only one watching out for myself and my career. Everyone's replaceable in our business. It's true.
I forgot who said that. I read that. That was Sasha, right?
No, that was Mandy.
Oh, okay. Oh, she did say right. She did say that. Right.
I don't think she's pulling up. I don't think she's pulling up. But
my final four. Now that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna say my final five might be. Y'all might disagree with my final four. I will say one is gonna be a legend. I don't know which one, but it's gonna be a legend in the final four. Either a legend or somebody returning. Probably will be Naomi. Also gonna say Liv in the final four. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez.
I have no problem with that final four.
I'm fine with it, but still, like, nobody want to see Raquel with her back muscles, bro.
Who I think winning? I got three choices for the winner. Winning Naomi. I do think Naomi could possibly win and go against Charlotte. Since you said SmackDown, I do believe Liv is a possibility too. Because remember, a long time ago, Liv versus Charlotte. Charlotte told her, "You need to change," and a couple years later, look, Liv changed. That could be they're gonna run that story back for Mania as the underdog story.
They could, but Liv needs to be good enough to do it.
Yeah, facts.
Liv is not good enough to be a champion by herself. Yeah, even with
we've seen that story, bro.
I mean, when she was champion. I wish she had a better run, but she was champion. But I wish she had a better win though. But I ain't gonna hold you. And last but not least, I wish out over Rhea as well, setting up her versus Bianca.
Yeah, that's the main. I feel like that's a penultimate goal. Like I said before, Rhea really wins the Rumble. The story practically writes itself.
Basically,
to be honest, all the way to SummerSlam.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Literally express track to SummerSlam. SummerSlam with them putting together a banger at Backlash,
Backlash. And also, Rhea and Bianca kind of teased it a couple of weeks ago on Raw. I forgot which Raw it was, but I remember Bianca was coming out and Rhea was going to the back, and they were staring at each other. I forgot what time that was, but the teaser is right there. So, and plus, Bianca said she wanted to go get Rhea. I mean, they went and get each other at NXT. I don't remember they had a solo match in main roster, but for the title would be dope.
Yeah, I feel like that you have to put the title on the line for that shit because ain't no way.
Facts. Also, before I continue, it's a rumor going around. I forgot to mention it. It's a rumor going around that it's going to be two winners for the male Royal Rumble. For the women Royal Rumble.
2 winners, like a tie, like how they did in '94.
Yeah, you know, remember how Bianca and Rhea almost won at the same time? That they want to do something like that for this woman Rumble. That's the rumor I have going on right now.
That was the one. That was the one. Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca won. Bianca and Rhea. With the last 2.
How did Rhea get to WrestleMania that time? Oh, because Charlotte won and took her.
Yeah. But I heard a rumor that they're trying to make 2 winners for the Women's Royal Rumble this year. That's the rumor.
2 winners.
2 winners. Like, I guess a tiebreaker. Like the last 2 both knock each other out and they both touch the floor. Like how NXT where Tiger's Attraction won for that number 1 contenders match. Something like that.
Which, I mean, they can do that because it's been a long time since they did it. But at the same time, they technically just did it with Toxic Attraction.
Exactly.
Like a week ago.
Literally a week ago. It would be kind of weird if they do it at Mania.
Right. That's why I don't think so. Unless they split it down the middle, and that be their way they want to get to both their challengers. This way they don't do a chamber.
That was thinking, like, most likely Liv and Rhea, because Rhea could go to Raw, go for Bianca, Liv win and go into SmackDown, go against Charlotte.
Yeah, nobody want to see that Liv and Charlotte shit though.
Because Charlotte just gonna beat the hell out of Liv Morgan.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, do you really want to see Liv Morgan as champion? Like, in y'all hearts or hearts, y'all really want to see some bullshit like that?
I mean, we've seen it already, but if she had if they made her more believable, I wouldn't mind it. But last time they didn't make it believable. That's the bad part.
Can't believable, and Charlotte is going to expose her like she exposed Kairi Sane, like she exposed Peyton Royce, like she exposed who else was she just beating up on? Like, if you see that, if I need y'all to go back to TLC maybe 2019, and I need y'all to look at the way she did Kairi Sane after Kairi Sane got knocked out.
I remember.
She definitely got exposed.
I remember that. So if that's the case, we better hope we get Naomi winning then too. And so Naomi could get that title at Mania too. But yeah. Now let's get to the men's Royal Rumble now. So it's time for the main event, the men's Royal Rumble. Yo, Mally, your turn again. Yo, read the list.
All right, I got you. So far for the men's Royal Rumble, we have 19 of the 30 entrants already entered. Starting off with my man, Mr. Kofi Kingston, former WWE champion.
That Kofi Mania.
You still in that Kofi Mania? That was like 80 years ago.
I know, son. Yeah, I threw a Kofi Mania, son.
Yes, Kofi Mania forever.
Forever. Kofi Mania forever.
Yeah, NXT tag champs now.
I know. You shout to them on that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Santos Escobar representing that Legado del Fantasma. We got Ricochet, who actually won a qualifying match because we have those randomly. If you really look at the ways people have gotten into this Royal Rumble match, I'd be mad as hell if I was Ricochet. I had to fight a whole match. Meanwhile, watch this. Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus just said it on Twitter.
Bro, Ricochet. Here's the thing. You know you the guy. This is a big difference between knowing you the guy and then you a player 2 character. As great as Ricochet is, homie's a player 2 character in comparison to like the Drews and the Sheamuses of the world, bro. He gonna have to fight to get through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. And you're talking to a guy that loves Ricochet. That is an amazing person to watch when they really let him. He can do all the things.
That's a fact, though.
Yeah.
But he's also like 5'8". So, following up, we have United States champion Austin Theory. We have Seth Franklin Rollins.
Franklin?
Yeah.
Frankly?
Seth fucking Rollins. We have Bobby Lashley. So the entire United States champion.
Basically, yeah.
Baron Corbin. We have Rey Mysterio. We have Gunther. So now the entire Intercontinental Championship picture. We have the returning valiant Cody Rhodes.
Adrenaline.
Woo! American freaking nightmare.
Facts, yo.
Shout out to AEW for that layup, though.
Right.
Right.
Danking them.
Yeah,
Great.
That's a fact.
We have
Y'all niggas would have got Stardust back fucking around.
Stupid. Continue, sir.
we have the giant colossus Nigerian Omos. Yes, somehow all of those are his nicknames. Somehow. We have the Scottish Psychopath, of course, the Banger Bros.
I heard they dropped that name.
Of course, they dropped that name. You already know what it is.
Oh, fine. We don't have to explain it here. We don't have to explain it here. So we don't have to explain it here.
Right. Let me say this. That reminds me of when it was Paige, Becky, and Charlotte. Before they wanted to be the submission sorority. Same reasons. Don't Google that, kids. We have the monster among men, Braun Strowman. What we call him, Doomsday himself, carrying cross.
That's Hitman right there.
Right. We got my boy ex-con Dom.
Ex-con Don.
Right.
Like BLLOILODING.
I'm crying. We got the other member of New Day, Xavier Woods. We have the Awesome Miz, and just announced apparently 2 hours ago, the Beast, Brock Lesnar. So the entire United States Championship picture at this point.
Facts. So you already know. Same question. Surprises. Final four. Who you think is winning? Who you think WWE going to pick?
I'm doing both for these. You know, basically, my final four predictions. I'm thinking, especially, all right, Cody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn, as a way of redemption, you know. Walter. I ain't calling that nigga Gunther, like the fuck. That nigga Walter. And a returning, potentially, depending on hopefully how it goes, a returning Biggie.
Ooh, now you pulling back cards.
Facts.
Because you think about it, right? Everybody, you know, nobody didn't really hear much. He was supposed to reveal some shit. Never revealed it, though.
Oh, yeah, he did, right? I heard about that, too. You would have revealed something.
Never revealed it. So, we all just minding our business, doing, you know, hyping up the Royal Rumble, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the Royal Rumble and everything. And then you watching the shit, right? And then next thing you know, like at number 26 and number 28, you talking about, hey, if you want to go big, you say that.
Let's say that.
And the niggas is like, oh shit, he pulling up and he wrestling?
Wait, hold on.
And he healthy? Like,
and you the one of the last four? You ain't winning the shit, but you the last four?
Wait, hold on. Before we go down that route, we need to pause for a second and talk to Wale.
mm-hmm.
I'm really glad you got to do something that you wanted to do your whole life, and that's get a wrestling theme over.
Facts.
Why did you choose that? It don't sound like he care about what he rapping about. Bigger than you ever been, bigger than you ever seen. Big chairs, big flow, big. Like, I get it. His name is Big E. More. You're Wale. I know you could have done better than this.
Vince was like, I bet you gotta rap, but you gotta incorporate that's your keyword. You gotta incorporate big, bro.
Gotta be big. All right, you finish saying what you're saying. Me and Wale, we gotta have a personal conversation about this. He's too good for something like that.
I like that. I like that.
But here's my shit though. If Biggie doesn't come back, my replacement for that would be AJ Styles.
He is injured right now too.
I'm saying. So you got, like I said before, about 75% of the field is pretty much booked, right?
Yeah, they're like last 11.
So you got like maybe like 7-5 surprises, you know. So anybody could come up behind the curtain, you know what I'm saying? Wrestlemania, shout out to them. They talking about Jay White pulling up.
Oh boy.
what is your
let's continue saying. Let's continue.
So yeah, yo, like they said that Jay White pulling up and the Great Muta pulling up, but not as the Great Muta, just like as a regular old nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
not a regular old nigga. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
He is
old nigga,
but he can't pull up as Great Muta. He retired in Japan.
But yeah, he did.
So,
but then he's going to pull up as Kenji Muto, not the Great Muta, but the wrestler, the also legendary other alter ego.
I mean, to be fair, we know what it like. If he does pull up, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Remember, he did win against Shinsuke on New Year's Day, so that would be a perfect trade-off, you know?
It would be. Honestly, when you say it, I really, really, really do think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too.
But that's also why I think we can see Mercedes Moné in the women's one.
Yeah, possible. But continue saying.
So I could see that being the final four. Cody, Sami Zayn, Walter, and either Biggie or AJ Styles. Person winning it clearly is going to be Cody. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't Cody, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't know who would win it. That's not Cody. You know what I'm saying?
It won't be AJ Styles. AJ Styles just he's out with an injury.
Yeah, he's out with an injury. Yeah,
oh, he's out.
Yeah, he tore ACL, I think, right? Someone's ankle. Someone's ankle.
I know somebody recently tore the ACL too.
I know Takeda lost her ACL, so she got to go surgery.
Nikita, that's who I'm thinking of. She out. She real injured down there.
The Doe NXT parking lots, man. Jeez Louise.
What's it? Yeah. All I asked, she carrying out surprise that she didn't get that shit sooner.
Stupid. I could just say
that's why you don't give white girls ass. They be tearing they
fuck their whole shit up. You feel me? Like the body ain't used to all that cornbread. Like, come on.
Right.
But anyway, like, yeah, Cody would have to win this one. All the hype videos I've been seeing, all the shit I've been talking about, all the shit Wrestlemania been talking about, ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking way Cody losing the Rumble on his return match. You know what I'm saying? Now the question becomes, would he beat Roman at Mania though?
I think. Let's say that question. Let's say that question too after we all say our answers. I got a follow-up question after that. But continue.
Adrenaline in my soul. I can see Hornswoggle coming back though. While I'm here.
I mean, it's possible. Random, but it's possible though.
Don't make me go away this podcast. If they don't keep fuck where the fuck he's at.
See, Hornswoggle and Brodus Clay bring the NWA title over.
Oh god, good. Yo, belly go. Please say it's looking crazy.
For all that next we gonna have Cam back trying to pin people on their stomach.
Why?
Make it to TV, and they had her go over Naomi. What is wrong with them? All right. So let's start off with the surprises. I'm gonna jump all the way out the window with my first surprise, right? Because if my first surprise happened, then this is my actual prediction. So my first surprise, the people's fucking champion, The Rock.
Well, there go my question. I continue, Smiley. My bad.
Like, he said he's not in good ring shape. He said he don't think he can do it. And for all intents and purposes, with the way he's moving, plus he's a 50-year-old man at this point. I mean, a very strong 50-year-old man, but 50-year-old man nonetheless, with enough money that he don't have to do this at all if he don't want to. It's not like Sting, where, like, you know, every now and then Sting gets bored and needs a check, so he comes and hurls himself off of something. The Rock is The Rock. But if The Rock hits any number that he comes into, even though you know for a whole fact they're not putting a 50-year-old man in the number one spot.
You'll put him 30.
Right. But if he makes it to the Rumble, The Rock wins. Period. He will come in the number 7 or 30 spot, and he will win.
First of all, The Rock ain't even showing up. He said himself he ain't even in ring shape to be.
He said it. Wrestlers lie.
Exactly, lie.
I mean, true. I be lying myself, so I get it. But
listen to this. Hold on. Let me make this one quick point. Literally, the day of the Rumble 2000, the day of the Rumble 2020, Edge was telling people he will never wrestle again.
That's a fact. He did.
The day of, because they said they seen him in the town that the Royal Rumble was happening. He said, listen, my neck is a terrible place. It's not happening. 5 hours later, you think you know me.
That's a fact. Exactly. I remember that Rumble. I remember that Rumble, son.
That's why off so hard, too. Because people went off. Like, the only return I've seen in the last 2-3 years where people went harder than that was CM Punk's. That had a grown man crying in some crowd.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So The Rock can definitely do that if he wants to, if he can. Now, if The Rock is telling the truth, this is my prediction for if The Rock is telling the truth, which is 90% chance, right? So truth, that means he ain't pulling up. He has no shenanigans. So in place of The Rock, we're gonna have surprises that kind of don't matter. You know, you're gonna get your obligatory legend. They might slip in. It won't even. I don't think this year we get good obligatory legends. I think we get the Boogeyman and and freaking the Godfather or something like that.
So it's okay for you to bring up the Boogeyman and the Godfather, but when I bring up Hornswoggle and Brody, it's bro. Next topic.
Yeah, completely next.
Godfather like 80 years old. You talking about he gonna be in a?
That's disrespectful. He's not 80 years old.
He's not, and he was definitely in a Rumble. He just walked in, did nothing, got eliminated, took his hose, and he went home.
Literally.
That man cashed a Shane McMahon size check for that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh gosh.
Shane McMahon. I don't think he's ever going to get how he finessed them so bad. He ruined last year's Royal Rumble. I mean, completely ruined it, and still skated with $800,000 for only doing that.
I could understand why Vince was pissed.
I do too.
Me too.
Imagine paying somebody $800,000 to ruin your Royal Rumble. That's exactly what they did. Paid your son $800,000 to ruin your Royal Rumble. So no Shane McMahon. I hope to God he doesn't pop out this year. So we're getting boring legends. We might get another Hurricane again. But for the most part, I think this year's thing is going to be about making the stars of today. So we're going to get a few Iron Men. We're going to get Cody freaking Rhodes coming back. Cody Rhodes is definitely going to come back long enough so that Seth Rollins can have that interaction with him.
Yeah.
I'm already predicting it early. Seth Rollins is going to get a real early number. He's going to be somewhere between 1 and 5, and he's going to carry the majority of the Rumble.
Yeah. I got my answer. I'm gonna wait for it though. Continue, Mali.
We're gonna have Brock Lesnar in this Rumble, so there's gonna be some obligatory spot. Then here's the deal, right? we're gonna have Brock Lesnar, Almost, and Bobby freaking Lashley all in the same Rumble.
Yo, this is where the Hurt Business reunion is gonna come together.
Wait, hold on. Before you even say that, though, hear me out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have those 3 guys in the Rumble. The 11 spots that are not filled in the Rumble, they will be reserved for spots only for people for them to throw away.
Basically.
So we're gonna see maybe Los Lotharios, maybe the Street Profits and Alpha Academy, you know, because they love just throwing tag teams in the Royal Rumble when they can't fill it up. We're going to see some obligatory legends, and from the NXT side, we're going to see Carmelo Hayes. We're going to see that Carmelo Hayes, Booker T's Fave 5 guy. We're going to see him come up with Trick Williams, try to do some stuff and get eliminated. He's
not gonna hold you though. Like I would. That's one of the things I want to see from the Rumble, Melo Hayes. And honestly, I don't mind. Like I could see him being like one of the last 7 people.
Yeah.
But then getting eliminated by like Cody or some shit.
Yeah, got her Cody would work with Carmelo. So, yeah,
was already working together when he had the injury.
Oh, then there you go. There you go.
So yeah, that might be a thing.
That doesn't answer the question. I continue, Mally.
So I say we really not even gonna be concerned about like half of those spots. Plus, you know, Ricochet is in there. Somebody's gonna throw him for mileage. We also got Gunther in there. Yeah, this is gonna be a big man's Rumble. If you're not like a large person or a big star, yeah, it's a wrap for you. Final 4. Braun Strowman's in there too. Oh my god.
Mad big dudes in there. I ain't gonna hold you.
There's a lot of big dudes, a lot of big unmovable dudes in there. I'm telling you, them 11 dudes, they are getting swung. Like it's gonna be bad.
Big beady men slapping meat.
Right. Big man. I'm not saying it. But okay. And I've talked around this enough. The final 4, definitely going to be Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. Definitely going to be Steph freaking Rollins. Mm-hmm. Definitely going to be. I definitely feel like Brock Lesnar might be in this final 4. If we don't do Brock Lesnar in the final 4, with Seth Rollins, with Cody Rhodes, it'll be Bobby Lashley also in that top 4.
I keep forgetting about OG Bobby Lashley. Like he's definitely in that. But I'm gonna change. Matter of fact,
no, hold on.
Right,
because y'all know I like to build it up. That's why I be long-winded. I personally feel like if Brock Lesnar is not in the final 4, right? So check it out. If Brock Lesnar's in the final 4, Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble. If Brock Lesnar is not in the final 4, Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble. Right? And that's my bold prediction. So if we get Brock Lesnar in the final 4, Cody Rhodes wins just like we expect. If we get no Brock Lesnar in the final 4, Sami Zayn wins it. And this also includes no Rock. If there's no Rock, Sami Zayn definitely wins it. And then he goes on to figure out how he's going to be loyal to the bloodline while challenging for the fucking title. And it's
exactly. Those story right there. Those story.
Now, here's the thing, though, with that story, like, and it's interesting as hell, really. But you look at that shit, right? And it's like this. One, it adds onto the layer of, you know, is he loyal to the bloodline? Is he not? You know what I'm saying? Like, because if he would, he probably not going to fight Roman. You know, things like that.
So I'm going to go now. First, I'm going to answer the Rock question. I do think Rock might be at the Rumble. I don't think he'll be at the Royal Rumble match. I think he's going to show up after Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. If they manage to put that match last. if they manage to put that match last with KO versus Roman, then I guarantee Rock will be there showing up after that match. Yeah, that's my prediction for that.
Hold on real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So to be fair, based off the routes that you had, that you explained in your point, do you believe that Sami Zayn might be the outright winner for this year's Royal Rumble?
You that question was for me, right?
Yeah, for you.
Oh yes, I believe because when it comes to this stuff, like the story versus the story, the question is which story is always going to be better. Because there's still always a way to get Cody Rhodes to where he needs to be for a big match. Because he's Cody freaking Rhodes. Technically, you could just say Cody Rhodes versus. Technically, you don't even have to say Cody Rhodes versus. You could say Seth Rollins versus, and it be Cody Rhodes, and you got a great match. We did that last year. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of build up for Cody.
And even then, Seth needs his win back too. So
he did. He didn't get it, but that they gave him a lot of cool other stuff.
True.
But what is, if Cody Rhodes does not win it, it will be Sami Zayn. Period.
There you go. All right, so I'm gonna say my surprises. My surprise will be a return to Edge, because Edge had been taken out as well. By the Judgment Day, he will return at the Royal Rumble.
Right, and the Judgment Day going to be in the Rumble because Dominic is on.
Yeah,
it's one of the participants already.
Yeah, Dominic's in there. I had another surprise, but then I lost. I'm upset because I lost it now.
Was it Repo?
Huh?
Was it Repo Man?
Stupid. I do agree with Big E. If he's healthy, I do see him return at the Rumble.
Y'all want to go?
Oh, I remember. A returning Zack Ryder.
All right. Oh yeah, his wife works there now.
That's makes it more enticing.
Yeah, and
but
also,
I don't know. I see the environment being so much better for him.
Yeah, because I heard he trademarked Zack Ryder and whoop whoop whoop. So I mean, yeah. So there's a possibility of him returning as well at the Rumble.
I don't see him doing the woo 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 shit in GCW.
No, that's it. He trademarked for WWE. Because I heard he trademarked so
GCW shit.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, so I mean,
good point.
Yeah, so I guess he might be returning too. That's another return that I was surprised I got. I agree with NXT. Carmella Hayes as one of the NXT surprises. Also, Braun Breaker as well.
Braun Breaker.
Or maybe even Grayson Waller, because that dude is killing it right now, son. Grayson Waller.
Like, he's like a big part of the reason why I haven't been really like checking NXT like that too crazy.
Yo,
I can't get behind it. Like he's like Drake when he first got on.
I ain't gonna hold you.
But back then niggas wasn't really fucking with it. And he got to do something big. He got to have a Find My Love situation for me to be like, hey.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I was not behind Grayson Waller either. But lately, he been really growing on me. He got a lot more better, So, yeah. So that's for the surprises. Final four: Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Seth freaking Rollins, and it can either between Gunther or Edge. Winner, huh?
That's not a bad four.
Winner, I agree with you, both of y'all. Cody, of course, or Sami Zayn. I agree with Sami Zayn as well winning. Just for the story itself. But if Sami Zayn don't win, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are gonna go for that tag team titles. Undisputed tag team titles at Mania.
Yo. I don't know. I'm hearing about thinking about the story now, I can see him really doing some shit like that. And it just continue and it'll honestly just continue the Bloodline's dominance, whether he's in it or not. The Bloodline storyline dominance of WWE. Because let's be real, that's like the biggest storyline you have right now.
Yeah.
In all of, not even just in WWE, in all of wrestling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, so
and I say Cody gonna win because I heard a rumor that they're gonna try to separate the belts. Basically, one night I heard Roman's supposed to go for 2 nights. I guess one night Roman's defend one title, and the next night Roman defend the other title.
That's why you could say it could be a tie, honestly, because say if Cody and Sammy goes over, you know, now it's a tie. But they're like, fuck it, y'all both winners, because you know we live in a society where everybody's a winner. So we're both winners. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. So night one, you facing Cody. Night one, Saturday night, you facing Cody, and on Sunday, the main event, you facing Sammy.
Yeah.
And then like Sammy costs you the WWE title at Mania.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Cody gets the WWE title, defends that on Raw only.
Yeah. Defend on Raw, yeah.
Goes against Sammy for costing the title, beats the brakes off that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And still is Universal Champion.
Yeah.
Which honestly is like his title, so.
Yeah, that's a fact. But in my last pick, who would win, and which is just not even I'm not even 100 on this at all. A real possibility The Rock end up winning and then facing Roman, then yeah, but that's not a strong possibility for me though.
Please, the only winners of that battle is probably going to be the movie directors, because he ain't getting that schedule to actually hold the title for that long period of time.
That's a fact. But even if The Rock does come back and win the Rumble, he is in the Rumble, he win the Rumble, he go against Roman, I don't think Rock is winning though. I don't think Rock is winning.
All right, so let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
I had The Rock, right, going into the Royal Rumble, right? And being like a surprise entrant, which I don't have him winning. Mally had Sammy winning the Royal Rumble. You got Cody and Sammy winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
My next question would be, well, shit.
Wait, I had The Rock winning if he's there.
Yeah, he's there.
If he is not, like, if he's there and he doesn't win, I don't know. I'm gonna take some shots or something. I don't know. But I have The Rock only showing up to the Royal Rumble in the match if he's gonna win. If he shows up, like you said, honestly, like Ken said something that made me think. If they don't put the men's Royal Rumble on last and they end off with Owens and Reigns, then The Rock is coming back, but he's not. But he's going to circumvent the whole Rumble.
Like he's just going to pull up for the sake of pulling up.
Yeah, like after the match. Yeah, like after the say is KO and Roman is the main event, and Rumble is like the main event, and after the match, Roman wins. If you spell, Rock come out, everybody like, oh my god, then they end the show like that.
Yo, you think that The Rock would probably defend, have Roman defend the WWE title at Elimination Chamber, and then beat him there, and then Roman get his win back at Mania?
Absolutely.
Elimination Chamber? I don't know about that.
Because that's still part of the road to WrestleMania, even though Elimination Chamber.
I know it is. No, you're right. It is, but for Rock to be at Elimination Chamber would be weird to me. I'm sorry. Better at this time period now for him.
But he done it before. He done it at No Way Out. He teamed with Cena against Miz and R-Truth back in the day.
That back in the day, Rock is a big star now, son.
Rock was a big star back then. What are you talking about?
He a bigger star now.
I mean, granted, he's a bigger star now. That's a fact. But
I don't think they would bring him back just for Elimination Chamber, son. I don't see.
No, I think they're gonna play this shit out for the entire road of WrestleMania, from Rumble to Mania from Rumble to Chamber to Mania, and if you really want to get a little spicy with it, take it back to 2001.
Backlash, we know. No, but I think Elimination Chamber. I believe it would be Roman versus Sammy. I think Rock and Roman would be at Mania, definitely. Yeah,
if you got The Rock, you put him in your main event of your biggest show.
Exactly. I can't. Yeah,
I
I can't see him. I can't see him at Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry. I can't.
And I understand that you should put him in your biggest show, but here's the shit though: you're only going to have The Rock for a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you put him on Mania. That's why you put him on Mania.
No, I know, but you could. Of course, you're going to put him on Mania. Yeah, that goes without saying. But since you only got him but so much time, and you don't know when you're going to get him back again, wouldn't it be more smarter to milk the cow for as much as you could, for as long as you could, before he does go back and shoot that 15?
I mean, of course it would be.
But you got to remember, cow is also The Rock.
Exactly.
He won't be there long to be milked. It's too much milk. Milk too expensive. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, mind you, The Rock is not expensive. I highly doubt that they gotta have enough money for him to appear on Elimination Chamber and Mania. When Mania is already when Mania is already a big check. A big check. You know.
Listen, that shit gonna be right in enough right when that sale come around.
And on top of that, Sammy versus Roman would make sense because Elimination Chamber is in Canada. That makes perfect sense.
No, that does.
That makes perfect
sense. That does make perfect sense. Especially in Montreal. And we all know what goes down in Montreal. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say it. You know.
Oh, that would be
oh god.
Montreal screw job inside of the cell. Right when he's about to do the thing.
He gonna do the thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be all systems go. It's gonna be like Randy Orton when he left Evolution.
I think only is Rock show up at Elimination Chamber. I think the most that he gonna do is be on video. I don't think he'll show up there though.
I can see him showing up off the strength that I've seen John Cena show up to Money in the Bank.
But John Cena different. John Cena always been
always come.
Yeah, exactly. He's way different.
There's only recently they got him to stop pulling up.
Yeah.
He's still pull up for random SmackDowns.
Yo, why they trying to get him to stop pulling up by showing his ball spot?
Stupid. but that's on the Royal Rumble. But I think that's some rumor that I heard supposed to happen. Apparently, which I'm a little nervous about this one. Apparently, they saying that it's a rumor that Stone Cold is going to be a secret entry, and he's supposed to go against Roman. They pitched about Stone Cold versus Roman. I
did hear that from the boys at Wrestlemania. I really did, but I don't believe it though because that doesn't make much sense.
It don't. I also heard probably Stone Cold versus Brock.
Again?
Stone Cold versus Brock.
Oh, yeah. Brock. Oh, they're finally doing that.
No.
At this time in his career, I don't think that is not a good idea at all, son.
It's a horrendous idea. Have you?
I'm gonna take a try at that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Hey, have you seen Brock Lesnar's offense? And have you seen Stone Cold's neck in the last 20 years?
Dude, exactly.
That nigga gonna retire.
Shoot, at least him and his KO match was safe, you know.
Yeah.
Brock,
though, that's a completely different story.
Like Brock play the game too differently. He will throw that on his head and then be all set at the same time.
Facts.
I've watched prime Brock Lesnar, right? Not even prime Brock, this older Brock Lesnar. I watched an older Brock Lesnar like just suplex the shit out of prime John Cena about like 30 times at SummerSlam.
He threw him on his head like a good 6 of those times. I mean,
I thought I was watching New Japan, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
I ain't gonna hold you, son. I would not feel comfortable watching Stone Cold versus Brock Lesnar. I would not feel comfortable watching that.
Yeah, y'all saw the ending of like Rock and Mankind, which was also at Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble '99. Like the ending of that show, Rock was just beating the nigga with the chair, just bomb.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel that uncomfortable because after a while, like at the first few shots, I was like, "Oh, damn, that's crazy." But then when you get the shot like 13, 15,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, my nigga, like that's a lot.
Permanently. I remember one time it looked like he scoop balled him with the steel chair. I was like, damn.
Like he getting hit. Right. Mick was like, yo, like just let off. Like real quick. Just let off. And Rock was like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? And just went to fucking town. After a while I got uncomfortable. I feel like that it would have to get that uncomfortable for me to watch like Stone Cold Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. I got 2 more questions before we end it. Okay, do we think we'll see a surprising Vince McMahon appearance at the Rumble?
Nah.
Sure.
Vince McMahon, they suing him. He got all these sex allegations.
Yeah, it's too hot for him right now.
Man is pulling his weight to get back on there. I think he's smart enough not to jump on TV yet.
I agree. I don't want him. I don't want him on TV.
That nigga not even saying at the office at like long, like they say he used to do like office at like he used to like do office shit like long nights at the office.
Yeah.
Especially when he was running creative. Now he's just doing like regular ass 9 to 5 hours, bro. Just to keep like I highly doubt he gonna pull up on some be back. Told you it was then now forever, nigga. Like what up?
Better not. Also, I'm a bad check on the surprises. I didn't miss one name that I do see like it'll be a surprise at the Rumble. The returning Pat McAfee. Forgot about that. Forgot about Pat. That was the name that I had in my head, but then I forgot about it. There you go. It was Pat McAfee. That was the name who definitely see it's a surprise.
Nah, that's a fact. College football's over.
Yep, exactly.
So, listen, it might be a thing. I got a couple questions to ask you guys before we wrap.
All right, so I got. Well, what's your questions? I got one more question as well. All
right, we'll go back and forth. All
right, so my last question is: so recently, Triple H was in an interview, and he said that he seen the biggest star of this company for the future will be Austin Theory. My question to y'all is: do y'all agree with that?
1,000%.
Same here. I'm annoyed by him greatly, but yeah.
I actually agree with this too. Actually, I can see Austin carrying it. Austin Theory carrying the company in the future.
Yeah. No. You know, some people can look at some people and see the potential that some people have.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very first time I seen Austin Theory, which was at a random Progress show that they actually put on the WWE network. Evolve. And he had this match against the guy. He on AEW now, working way under his skill set. What's this guy named? JD
Drake?
Yes. Him and JD Drake had a good ass match for the unified title, and I mean it was good. What's his name was at his slimy best. JD Drake is if you really watch JD Drake, this man is a technician for real. He could do what he do in the ring. He could do it from face. He could do it from heel, even though he's a much better face. He's good. He's really good. That match was amazing, and that match was like, man, I would love to see some more Austin Theory. And so my surprise, maybe about 6 months to a year after I seen that match, Austin Theory popped up on NXT. Then he popped up on Raw. Then he popped back up on NXT.
That's a fact. But I do see Austin Theory at the future of the company.
Oh yeah. Now he's working.
Only thing I would ask, though, it was just a small request, nothing major. He changed that fucking theme song, dude.
I agree. Yeah, hey, top down, keep it up. Hey, top down, keep it up.
Get rid of all that other shit. Just keep Shorty at the top. A-Town. Damn. Okay, do some other shit. Don't do the shit you're doing now.
You keep you think they know me. Everything else gotta go.
Yeah, that's what solidified Edge, honestly. Because that first theme song was alright or whatever. But then he had some other shit after that. And then after that, it's the shit you hear now.
Right.
So, all right, this is Edge. Like, Austin Theory needs that and a solid title run. Like a WWE title run for him to be like, yo, that's going to be the guy. He's kind of the guy, but he's not really the guy. Right now.
He getting there.
Yeah, he's the type of dude who's about to be supervisor, who's about to be manager at a job, but he's a supervisor. But he annoying as shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's like that right now. But he could be a manager though.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's just annoying this shit. Like, you gotta get past that.
Yeah.
Right.
Says, ask you that question, son.
Alright, I got two questions. Two separate questions, right?
Alright.
I was listening to Jobbers here, right? Shout out to them boys over there. They're doing great work.
Shout out to So Wilkins.
Shout out to
Janelle.
Will having his first match with
Yo, facts. Shout out to that though. Simon Miller from What Culture?
Yeah, Simon Miller. So Wilkins, shout out to y'all. Alright, what up, man? What up, I'm saying?
Alright, so Mr. Black asked made a statement on the pod that kind of resonated with me, right? And I didn't realize it until now. He said that this could be the last pure WWE road to WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, WWE is exploring a potential.
Right.
You know, and you got a whole bunch of people in there talking about they want to buy WWE. You got NBC, Comcast, NBC, Disney. Even the Khan family from AEW, they talking about they want to build with a group and then buy WWE and keep Vince on as like creative or some shit.
Oh gosh.
You know what I'm saying? And then give him like a show like after Rampage or something. So basically, my thing is, even no matter which way it goes, potentially this could be the last pure WWE road to WrestleMania after like 30, 40 years and shit. I want to know your thoughts on that potential, on this potentially being the last ride down that road.
That's a good question. I can hold you. I forgot all about that. It didn't really cross my mind, honestly.
Yeah, I know we're talking about like Royal Rumble shit and everything like that, which is great, but this could be the last great Royal Rumble.
No,
like WWE, not from WWE, brought to you by Disney.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we still might have good Rumbles. I can't see them changing the formulas that they're buying so much. If that makes any sense.
Here's my thing. If Comcom buy it, I don't think nothing change it at all.
But we also got to see who really wants it, and you got to realize even if they buy it, it takes time.
Exactly.
That's true. Like even with the whole transition with Triple H being head of creative and everything, that shit took time. You didn't really start seeing the effects of that shit until about Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not even. I think Clash of the Castle.
Nah, y'all are both fucking.
You think SummerSlam?
Changes. You started seeing Triple H's changes 2 weeks after that man was on. The show got better, and then you just started seeing mad people get brought back. Then SummerSlam happened like a week after that, and then that's when you got, that's when they brought back Io Shirai and Dakota Kai. They rehired Dakota Kai and brought her back.
Yeah. SummerSlam, yeah.
But even then, though, like you were still dealing with McMahon level storylines.
Yeah, Clash of the Castle was when it really changed though. Like when it really was just Triple H on his own.
I thought it was Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank was like 100 times better than it ever.
Nah, that was Vince's last one, I believe.
If that was Vince's last one, he definitely went out with a bang because Money in the Bank was fire.
Yeah, that was his last one. That was definitely his last one.
They had a real good plan for that.
Yeah.
But then SummerSlam, I thought SummerSlam was great.
Yeah, because that was Triple H. That was like mixed too. I think that was like Triple H added some of the stuff in. They started adding stuff. I think Clash of the Castle was really fully Triple H.
Yeah.
Fully Triple H.
It's like Triple H knew exactly what the storylines needed to feel like. And then but what he didn't want to do was just throw away the storyline randomly.
Yeah.
So he had to take it, and then over a couple of weeks, morph into new stories and stuff. This way, like now he got new and better stories, so he can now drop the whack ones completely.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, and that comes with like a lot of like the character development and everything like that too. Because you can't have new characters come in on them old storylines.
Exactly.
Also, another thing about it is, I feel like, Triple H started to take over more when you started hearing Michael Cole's voice.
Yep. Man, Michael Cole actually felt like himself. If that
I was like, yo.
Word, Michael Cole. No, give me shout out to Michael Cole, man, because that man,
Right, way too much.
For real, man.
AJ Styles started the club back in New Japan. I'm like, whoa.
Yo, I gotta hold you. I can't wait. No, I can't wait. Yo, I can't hold you. I can't wait to hear Michael Cole doing the Rumble, son. I can't wait.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. When I heard that nigga say New Japan, I literally said in my head, like, yo, they really acknowledging Japan, because WWE almost never does that.
That's a fact.
And
that's a fact.
Barely a real thing. Like, they would only say he wrestled in Japan and around the world, or be like, he wrestled around the world, including Japan, but they would never say anywhere specific.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's crazy though? And I keep bringing this shit up because it's a fact. WWE New Japan had a whole situation together back in the 80s.
They did.
That's how Antonio Inoki became the WWE champion.
But since back then, nothing. If it happened in Japan, it didn't happen. They didn't count that shit until he died.
Yeah, because you have to sadly blame Vince for that. Just like last week, they acknowledged Jay Briscoe passing.
Yeah, I was shocked at that. That's for WWE.
And imagine you, that Joe, they did it twice. One time on NXT, as soon as the new drop, and then SmackDown. Michael Cole announced it on SmackDown. So no, it was last week. Last week SmackDown. But Michael Cole did mention something tonight, but I forgot what it was. He mentioned something on SmackDown, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I was promoting.
I forgot what it was, but I forgot what it was. But it was something about another company. I can't remember what match it was or who it was.
But see, that's how Michael Cole is like starting to like get more freedom on the mic now, because you're being able to mention other companies. There's a great big blue world out here, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me y'all the only one, y'all on Earth thinking y'all the only people in the universe?
And the fact that it's so refreshing hearing about Michael Cole wrestling knowledge. So we doing on the commentary now. It's so refreshing. So thanks for bringing that up. I'm saying, shout out to Michael Cole, man. Like for real, shout out to Michael Cole. Fans, you had to say one more question, right?
I had another question, right? I asked about the Rock and shit right there, right? Who do you think is like outside of Rhea Ripley? Because we all know she's next.
Yeah.
In any capacity that's not Charlotte's, right? Who do you think is next up with the women's division? Because I'm really stuck on that shit. Besides Stardom has the best. I'll say this: Stardom has the best women's division in has the best women's like situation in all of wrestling. Period. Then it's WWE. Having said that, who do you think is up next after Rhea?
I got one person. As soon as she get called up, Roxanne Perez. And also Cora Jade as well. I feel like them two is gonna really kill it in the future. So I'm gonna say Roxanne Perez and then Cora Jade.
Alright, so what I think, right? Honestly, I could see Cora Jade being up next. Roxanne definitely. But also I could see like Raquel Rodriguez and her back muscles.
I agree with Raquel too. That was my third. I agree with Raquel as well.
Because even though nobody want to see her back muscles, and even though she's on that Blue Lives Matter trip, like, talent wise, like she's liable to be up next. Mm-hmm. If not her, then Roxy.
Mm-hmm. All right, Molly, what about you?
My bad, I'm still here.
Lola, I know. Tell them the question again.
All right, so being with the state that like the women's wrestling as a whole is in during this time. Granted, we know Rhea Ripley's like up next to hold a belt that Charlotte's not holding, right?
Right.
Having said that, like, who's next up after that?
Oh, who's next up after that?
Yeah. Like, after Rhea's turn, who's up?
That's really hard because you do have a lot of halfway established stars that are already on the roster. Then you already have a bunch of stars who we've established are mid-carders. So, who's the next big one that's not Rhea Ripley, that's not already Ronda, Charlotte, or the Horsewoman? Tegan Knox is making moves. He's back. You're gonna hear about us.
I forgot about Tegan Knox.
We did forget Tegan Knox, but in their positioning her too, they already then threw away Xia Li at her expense.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Xia Li to go back to New Japan.
She never came from New Japan. She Chinese. Booker T trained her.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
I want her to go to New Japan. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like that's where it's at. Like, we're really trying to get on.
I feel like that's like, the thing is, she's good, but Wendy Chu is better. So
yeah, it's like you having Sasha on, but then you got Bianca.
My answer's going to surprise the hell out of y'all. But in her role now, I think she's found her place a little bit. She could be cleaner in the ring, but she low-key is cleaner than Roxanne Perez. Cora Jade.
I said Cora Jade. Actually,
I said that.
I said Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez.
I agree wholeheartedly with Cora Jade. Roxanne, like, she has the eagerness, but she still needs the work. Roxanne basically is what they wanted Liv Morgan to be.
That's good. That's the answer.
One more.
Hold you. I've seen Cora Jade do her thing, but I feel like I can say this just like the character or whatever. Everybody's seeing like the skater girl character. AJ did it. Caitlyn did it.
Right.
One of the shorties that her name got brought up in the whole Vince McMahon shit. She passed away recently.
Hey, Sorrow.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But that's kind of why I like it though, because she started as that. I hated it because she looked like a tall Reggie from Rocket Power to me.
Facts.
But when she made her heel turn, she stopped with the purple hair.
Yeah.
Changed it a little bit, started carrying her bat. I'm like, I like this one.
Me too.
Like, it's good work.
And it helps that she's just a jackass. Like she tried so hard to eliminate that girl from the Battle Royal.
Oh yeah. I forgot her name. I know exactly.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, Valkyria. Yeah.
You know who else low key could probably be somebody? Thea Hale. But eventually,
talk about the hype girl on Chase U.
Yeah.
You think she gonna be up next, man?
She could.
I mean, maybe down the line.
Down the line, 100%.
Yeah, down the line. She's very young. She's very young. She's like freaking. I think 18, 19, I think. She's very young. She got a long way to go, son. A long way to go. So it's possible. But there you go, y'all. That is the Royal Rumble, the prediction episode of Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast. Thank you to my bros from the Premier Way podcast, Aaron, King Talk Sands, who is also on King Talk with Aaron Sands, and Little Chief Malimal, who also got the bridge coming real soon. Y'all already know what to do. This is y'all time. Drop your social media, everything that you're doing right now, Sands and Chief.
And gently in my soul. Woo! You already know what it is. It's your man's Aaron Sands. You can follow me on Aaron Sands Premier on Instagram. Link in the description. King Talk Sands on Good Pods and Twitter. Link in the description. New episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands out not now, but right now. Check it out on all streaming platforms. You can also check me out on Premier Boyz Podcast each and every Wednesday on all streaming platforms. You already know what the vibes is. If it's Fridays, if it's King Talk, they call me Aaron. But your girl, when I'm with your girl, she calls me King Talk Stands.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Well, check it out. They call me Malimal, and you can also find me by that tag on everything. They call me Malimal is MALIMAL. You can find me everywhere. I promise. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta go to your social media. Just Google it. It's all gonna come up. Follow me on everything. Guys, we are doing this Bridge podcast, guys. We are doing all of these cool things that we got worked up. 2023 is going to be the year. If 2022 wasn't your year, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to bow your head. I want you to tell God, hey, 2022 wasn't my year, but I believe in you, and I know 2023 will be, and then chase it. With that being said, we talked a lot about King Talk because that's King Talk Sans, but I'm 1/4 for the Premier Boyz, right? We got new episodes every single Wednesday, and this last Wednesday, I think we got canceled. Y'all might want to check that out.
And also, we got the number 1 spot on Good Pie for the Premier Boy Podcast. They be at number 1 for Premier Boy Podcast. So,
Woo!
yeah, and once again, thank y'all, and we'll be right back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, like the podcast and the Premier Boy Podcast. And this commercial is brought to you by the Premier Boy Podcast, where 4 people do where we talk about anything about the culture. You know, hosted by myself, Ken, aka MrGentleman, Mr. Aaron Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands, the Star Riding Ride, who is also my co-host of the Old School Show, and long live the Chief Malimal. And we talk many topics, from politics, music, sex, love, relationships, and many more. And also every topic that's going on in the news right now. Many of our topics is very controversial, and the podcast show might not be for everybody because we talk about many explicit content, and yeah. So if y'all decided to check out the show, y'all be warned because y'all might need a drink or two. And yeah, because the podcast is so crazy. I'm shocked it had not got canceled yet. So if y'all looking forward to listen to the Premier Boy Podcast, check it out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Each and every Wednesday at 12 a.m. You can check out the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, Star Riding Rod, and long live the Chief Malimal. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman. Have a good day and night wherever you're listening to this episode. Now back to the show. Yeah! I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in to the latest episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you to my bro, Aaron, King Talk Sands, and long live the Chief Malimal for coming on this Royal Rumble prediction episode of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And you can check out all 4 of us on the Premier Boy Podcast with myself, Aaron, King Talk Sands, Star Riding Rod, and long live the Chief Malimal. New episode every Wednesdays at 12 a.m. New episodes every Wednesdays at 12 a.m. You can also check me out on King Talk with Aaron Sands. I am executive producer of that show. Check that out. And yeah, support every show on the Premier Podcast Verse Network. We got more shows coming real soon, so look out for it. Y'all already know where I'm at every Sundays with the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast each night, Sundays at 12 a.m. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podchasers, and Good Pods. The more y'all rate the show, the more people know about the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Tomorrow, we have another new episode of the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents the Old School Show, myself and the Star Rider Rod, where we talk about part 2 of the 2000 R&B scene, women R&B artists. So check that out. And yeah, if you want to be a guest on MrGentleman, Lifestyle Podcast, or the spin-off series, y'all can email me about yourself and everything that you do to my email. Ken, ypgent@gmail.com, Ken, ypgent@gmail.com, or hit me up on social media, Ken_MrGentleman. I repeat, Ken, Ken _Mr. MrGentleman, GentleMan. We took a break from this segment, but we're gonna bring it back since we are back on the main series, MrGentleman Lifestyle Shoutouts, where I shout out 5 podcast shows, and we give them their flowers. So first show we're gonna shout out is Film and Fermentation with Mike, Leo, and Kevin. They talk about movies. This is a really dope show, so check them out. I love the episode with Remembering Robin Williams. And yeah, check them out, y'all. This is a really dope series, so check them out. Next show that I'm going to talk about is Doom Generation with Nicole and Tessa. And they are really funny, man. They review classic movies, and they are really funny. I'm a fan of this show, so check out Doom Generation. And since this is the Royal Rumble prediction episode, I'm going to talk about 3 podcast shows. First one we're going to talk about is Wrestling with a Truth. Well, right now they are called Wrestling with the War. And they are discussing WWF versus WCW. This is a really dope series, so check them out. Really dope series. Next we're going to talk about my bro from Above the Ring, another wrestling show content. This is a really dope show. Check them out. They do reviews on the shows and a good conversation about wrestling. So check them out. Also, check out Wrestling Fan Insight with John, Heather, Carlos, and Will. They discuss, WWE, AEW, the big pay-per-view shows. So check them out as well. And check out the 5 shows that I just mentioned: Film and Flirtation Podcast, Doom Generation Podcast, Wrestling Fan Insight, Wrestling with the Truth, and Above the Ring Podcast. Check them out. And this was another installment of MrGentleman Lifestyle Shoutouts. And y'all can also add me on Good Pod Kim MrGentleman, where Good Pod catered to many independent podcasters. You can see what everybody listening to. You can rate each other's show, and of course, we have the charts. And at this time, we will be doing the chart review, and we will be doing the Good Pod charts for MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And due to this recording, MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast is number 2 for top 100 shows. So, shout out to everybody that will continue to check out MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. We were number 1 for top 100 shows this week for 2 days. So we literally just dropped today. So thank you for everybody for the support of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. It really means a lot. Also, for Society and Culture, we are back at number 1. And we've been number 1 for 4 days. And also for top 100 episode, we are number 1 for top 100 episode normal charts for the 4-year anniversary episode for 4 days. So once again, y'all, everybody that listened, kind words, shared, send messages, I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for checking out the 4-year anniversary episode of MrGentleman Like the Podcast. Y'all already know this episode meant a lot to me, and the show meant a lot to me. So for y'all to really check it out and listen to my journey of the podcast, it really means a lot. So once again, I thank y'all for tuning in to MrGentleman Like the Podcast 4-year anniversary episode, and also to get the show as a whole to number 1 for the charts for this week. So thank y'all, and it really means a lot. Once again, I thank y'all, man. Also, y'all can check the official website of MrGentleman Like the Podcast, www.realmrgentleman.com. LikeThePodcast.com. You can check out every episode. You can watch every videos. You can check every guest profile that's been on my show. As of right now, we have 55 guests that have been on MrGentleman, Like the Podcast. You can check out all their profiles right now. Check out every podcast interview that I've been a part of. Also, y'all can buy merch from TeePublic through the website. So, as of right now, the merch store is being rebuilt. So, it's pretty much under construction at the moment. Because I'm going to give y'all a better merch quality. And, and me and TeePublic, we are continuing to work together so we can bring y'all the best merch. So, I can provide to y'all and y'all can support the show. Because y'all can buy merch, support the show. Y'all can buy me coffee to support the show. Share, rate, review to support the show. Any support, any support means a lot to me. As long as y'all inspire, y'all get the message, and y'all have fun listening to the show. That's all that matters to me. And I support many people, but honestly, I don't really ask for it back. But if y'all do, I thank y'all. And once again, thank y'all for tuning into the latest episode of MrGentleman, Like the Podcast. We are back tomorrow with the old school show, myself and the star writer Ryan. Have a good day or night, wherever you're listening to this episode.
Yo. This is the fresh one. They call me Malimal, the man. And you're listening to the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast with my boy, the gentleman, Ken. Shouldn't be anywhere else right now.